So I'm Michael. We are Michael and Nell. I am Michael August. This is Nell Levin. As if anybody didn't know that already.
Yeah, welcome to our house. Just a little background. We have lived in East Nashville since 1996, so we're like the elders in the neighborhood around here. How many other people do we have who live over here? Okay, great.
Good.
Great.
Neighbors.
Yes, good. So we've been here for how many? I can't do the number.
25 years.
25 years we've been here. We've seen a lot of changes go down in this neighborhood. This house that we have right behind us was built in 1911. It is 110 years old, this house. So the grounds that you're sitting on are, well over 100 years old too, And if you guys ever come in our house, we're really proud that in our house we have the original architectural plans for this house that have been passed on from owner to owner since 1911. We have
So you know what's happening now. Everybody's going to want to walk through our house.
I know. Well, maybe we'll do a little special tour for these guys.
All right.
And one last thing I want to say about having a house this old. This house is so well built compared to what they're building today.
Oh yeah. Well,
when we did this addition on the back, our carpenter was breaking saw blades because the wood was so thick. Right, Michael?
that's correct.
It
Yeah.
was real. What do you call them? 2x4s. It was real
Well,
2x4s.
back then they made 2x4s to be 2x4s, not 1 7/8 by 3 3/4 or whatever it is now. I guess Steve and Fats are patiently waiting over there.
Okay, well, I just want to give these guys a little background on the house and, all this stuff.
So if you hadn't figured it out...
One last thing I want to say about the house, okay? This house is probably the oldest craftsman-style house in East Nashville. It's one of the oldest. A lot of craftsman houses in this neighborhood, if you know that style of architecture, but most of them were built in the 1920s when that style became very popular. So this house was built before that. So it is one of the oldest craftsman houses in the neighborhood. So we're going to do some selections from several of our albums that we've put out. Some of you may know that we did have a band for how many years? What was it?
7 years.
7 years, called the Shelby Bottom String Band. And 7 years for a band in Nashville, that's pretty darn good, Bands don't usually last that long, but so some of the stuff we're doing is we recorded a while ago with the Shelby Bottom String Band, and some of it is off our new album, Welcome Home. And some of it is off Michael's new album that just came out like 3 weeks ago.
Down that road. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, you have any more questions? We'll talk to you after our show. Here we go.
Write them down.
All right, here we go. Yeah.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start out with a little Reggae Billy. It's a song that everybody knows. If you feel like shouting out and singing along or whatever, feel free. We're good with that. Ready?
Yep, go ahead. I'm going to raise my mic up just a little bit.
Nell's going to raise hell. I mean, she didn't raise her microphone.
Nell's a professional hell raiser. You guys probably already know. Okay, here we go.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. A little celebration here. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow I've been waiting for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue sky. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue sky. Look all around, there's nothing but blue sky. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue sky. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Here is that rainbow I've been waiting for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yeah. Yeah, Jimmy Cliff had a big hit with that. And I'm trying to remember the person that wrote it. He was an old R&B guy who went down to Jamaica, and he got with Bob Marley and some of these other reggae guys, and he came out with that song. I meant to look up his name.
And like Michael said, we do it reggae Billy style.
Reggae Billy. So here's a little song by one of my favorite people, Mr. Dana Cooper. Some of you may know him. Great singer, performer, songwriter. The song is called Old Fashioned Man, and I'll tell you, Nell's got a story about this.
Yes, I'm going to tell him.
Tell him the story.
This is Michael's theme song, Old Fashioned Man in a New Age World. You should hear him sometime on the computer when something goes wrong. You know, which happens fairly often. Anyway, so he drives a 19...
Drove. Oh, I do drive it. I still drive.
He drives the 1986 truck, okay? It's right there in the yard. If you don't believe me, I'm not making this shit up. This is for real. And he listens to Donovan on his cassette deck. How about that? How much more old-fashioned can you get?
The other thing, yeah, old-fashioned. You know, digital, there's platforms, Zoom, StreamYard, they got all this stuff going on. Twitter, I don't tweet, I don't Twitter. I mean, birds Twitter, you know. Anyhow, this is Old Fashioned Man. What's going on? We got a buzz. Kill that buzz. Steel town shut down. Daddy hung his hard hat up and called it a day. Cowtown is just a ghost now. Granddaddy's rolling over in his lonesome grave, and I'm left to face this brave new age, out of place with the race. How do I fight what I can't understand? One hand tied behind my back. I'm an old-fashioned man in the new age world. An old-fashioned man in the new age world. Showdown on foreign ground. Never thought my kid would have to fight the way I did. Nuclear meltdown. How far down in the ground can you keep that plutonium hid? And I'm left to face this brave new age, out of place with the race. How do I fight what I can't understand? One hand tied behind my back. I'm an old-fashioned man in the new age world. An old-fashioned man in the new age world. I miss those bad old days when we just dreamed about a better way. I'm left to face this great new age, out of place with the race. How do I fight what I can't understand? One hand tied behind my back. I'm an old-fashioned man in the new age world. An old-fashioned man in the new age world. Steel town shut down. Cow town is just a ghost now. Yeah. Old-fashioned man in a new age world. All right, we're going to switch up here. Nell is going to get on the piano. And after she finishes messing with the sound here. Is that buzz bothering anybody? It is what it is. Okay. It's part of the accompaniment. So we're going to do a song now that Nell wrote. And the way she wrote it was she looked out the front window at our block, up and down the street, and a number of years ago, and this is what she saw. And the song is called Displacement Blues, and every word in this song is true. And it has to do with the downside of gentrification. And unfortunately, this is going on not only in Nashville, but in every major city in the country now. People are being pushed out.
And it is called the Displacement Blues.
There were jams at twilight on my street. Those banjos and fiddle shows sounded sweet. I used to love this old town, but now I can't keep up with what's going down. Eviction notice is on my door. There's a wrecking crew I can't ignore. Gonna smash my hometown to the ground now. I can't keep up with what's going down. They build skinny, ugly houses, cookie cutter style. You can't fix that with granite tile. Some people say greed is good till it wheels and deals in your neighborhood. Single mom's got the displacement blues. Landlord got an offer he can't refuse. They towed her car off to the pound. Now I can't keep up with what's going down. If old Leadbelly was still around, he'd say we're living in another bourgeois town where poor folks just keep losing ground. You know, I can't keep up with what's going down. And move along. Detroit City might like my song, won't sell my soul to stick around. You know, I can't keep up with what's going down.
All right, ain't it the truth?
Ain't it the truth? I'm gonna move this thing, mix a bit. Thank you.
So I'm going to do a song that I wrote that's on our album, our Welcome Home album.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, it's a song about nonverbal communication. If you hear the irony in that, we're going to sing about nonverbal communication.
It's called Talking with Their Hands.
That analogy just recently occurred to me.
He's always shy and quiet when you talk to him off stage. But when he strokes that fiddle, he's got a lot to say. He plays with soul and fire in a voice that must be heard. He'll make you cheer and make you cry and never say a word. Talking with his hands, coming from the heart, speaking so we all can understand. He's touching us, talking with his hands. In a classroom full of children who have never heard a sound, there's a beauty queen who dared to dream she'd someday wear a crown. Like them, her world is silent, but her story's full of hope. She tells them life will take them anywhere they want to go. So we all can understand. She's touching us, talking with her hands. A plumber and a lawyer, a waitress and a priest, all pitching to build a house for a poor family. Oh, hungry, sore, and smiling by the time that they were through. Oh, they don't brag about their work, that's not what they do. They do their talking with their hands, coming from the heart, speaking so we all can understand. They're touching us, talking with their hands. Oh, they're touching us, talking with their hands.
All right, another song by Nell. And I've believe we're going to head off to hot chicken territory right now. We have every year on the 4th of July, right down here in East Park at 6th and Woodland, an event called the Hot Chicken Festival. And if you've ever had hot chicken, you know it's hot. And 4th of July is one of the hottest days of the year, so it's kind of ironic that they would have it on that day, but that's the day they have it. And so Nell wrote a song about hot chicken, and specifically about the festival. We played on the Hot Chicken Festival for 10 years. And what we got
Was a song.
as payment was a little hot chicken
And this song.
And a song.
All the money goes to Shelby Park, our park over here. That's what the Hot Chicken Festival is. And it was,
Yeah.
and it was started by our former mayor,
Bill Purcell.
Bill Purcell. Any of you
And-
guys remember Bill Purcell? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
He was a neighborhood mayor.
Yep.
That was a long time ago. And he lives right over here on Stratton, and he's our neighbor. So what does he do every time?
He kicks off the festival by driving up with the sirens and the bells on his old vintage fire truck. And that's the beginning of the festival. He gets on stage. He usually shows up in the middle of our set. And the last few years that we did the festival, we'd drag him up on stage and have him sing this song with him. We'd give him a lyric sheet so he wouldn't have any excuses.
So of course he loves the song.
Oh, yeah.
He's in it. And
Yeah, we dropped off a CD with his own personal.
what?
I believe so.
I think they are.
I
Yeah.
believe so. And I'm sure if you put in your search bar Hot Chicken Festival, it would have an announcement about that. But I'm quite sure they're going to do it
It's
this year.
amazing. They get 20,000 people out there. It's just crazy, you know.
Yeah, they social distance about a half-inch apart.
Right.
Okay, are you ready, my
Yep.
honey? Okay, this is Hot Chicken. It's 99 degrees in Nashville, Tennessee on the 4th of July. If you want a little fun in the blazing sun, go ahead and give it a try. Hot chicken, burn, baby, burn. Hot chicken, learn, baby, learn. It's always a thrill when we see Mayor Bill driving that old fire truck around. When he rings that bell, we know darn well no finer food in Nashville can be found. Hot chicken, burn, baby, burn. Hot chicken, learn, baby, learn. Chicken, burn, baby, burn. Hot chicken, learn, baby, learn. Elections in the news, but don't you get the blues. If you want a cure, here's what we recommend. Just take a little bite of this hot delight. It'll put all your worries to an end. Hot chicken, burn, baby, burn. Hot chicken, learn, baby, learn. Hot chicken, burn, baby, burn. Hot chicken, learn, baby, learn. Yeah. So Nell wrote that song in a particular year that a particularly contentious election was going on. So therefore the last verse.
Yeah, I wrote
the
that verse
election.
and I thought, oh, well, this song is going to be completely outdated because, you know, there's not going to be an election.
It's 2016.
Nobody's going to care about elections.
Yeah,
and, well,
right.
boy, was I wrong about that.
Let's see. We got two more things to do for you before Awesome Dawson, Steve Dawson,
Awesome Dawson, as
called
we call
Awesome
him.
Dawson, and Fats Kaplan going to come up here and play for you. And some of you may know who Fats Kaplan is. I wouldn't be surprised. Most of you probably do.
Yes? Okay.
Probably don't know who Steve Dawson is, but I'll tell you, by the time this is over, you're going to know who Steve Dawson is.
He just moved across the street from us. He's our new neighbor.
He's from BC, from Vancouver.
Yep.
And I saw him and his partner years ago at the Vancouver Folk Festival. And I'll tell you what, as soon as their set was over, I beeline to the CD tent. And got my copy.
Yeah, and he's got some CDs for sale over there, and we have some of ours too. Hey, folks, if you don't have chairs, we have some.
Oh, yeah.
Right over here, if
There
you need
are
some.
chairs.
Yes, they're right here by this tree. There are some chairs, and
Yeah,
we have a
folding
few
chairs.
more in the house we can bring out if we need to, right?
I don't think we'll need to. We do have them, but I don't think we'll need them because we got a bunch of them sitting over there. Yeah, chairs are available. Hey, Tom. Good to see you, man. Wow.
The blessed nuns of Our Lady of Perpetual Sorrow pushed me out of my bed.
Oh, good.
That's another one of our neighbors, Tom Smythe.
Tom Smythe.
He's been our plumber forever, and I just want to tell you one story about Tom. I'm going to tell a story about you, Tom. We were doing Airbnb. We're renting one room upstairs, and on Christmas Eve,
The day before Christmas.
day before Christmas, our plumbing went out, and Tom came over here, and him and Michael dug up this whole yard and put in new pipes on Christmas Eve, I believe it was.
It was. Well,
So,
not the whole yard, but
Now that's a
a
dedicated,
good portion of it.
a dedicated guy.
Yeah, we had to bust through a basement wall, reroute the drainage pipe, and went around the building. It was quite a spectacular feat.
It was.
I don't think I want to repeat it, though.
No. Well, and the pipes were, 100 years old, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they probably had grass and snakes growing on them. All that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So this is an old Guy Clark song. And musicians are terrible to each other. And they just like to rag on each other like crazy. Yeah, I heard this story from Guy about when they were recording the Highwaymen album. Willie Whalen, Johnny Cash, and Chris Offerson were doing that album. And Willie was sitting there in the studio, and Chris Offerson walked in and he says, "Oh man, Willie, I don't know. I think there's something wrong with my voice." And Willie just looked up and says, "How can you tell?" So.
And by the way, this song was written right over here on Chapel Avenue, a few blocks from here.
It's on my album too. Pack up all your dishes. Make a note of all good wishes. Say goodbye to the landlord for me. Son of a bitches always bored me. Throw out them early papers and that moldy box of vanilla wafers. Adios to all this concrete. Gonna get me some dirt road back street. If I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught, I'll be down the road in a cloud of smoke to some land I ain't bought, it is to you, old skinny Dennis. The only one I think I will miss. I can hear that old bass singing, sweet and low like a gift you're bringing. Play it for me one more time now. Got to give it all we can now. I believe everything you're saying. Just you keep on playing. If I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught, I'll be down the road in a cloud of smoke to some land I ain't bought, and you put the pink card in the mailbox. Leave the key in the front door locked. They'll find it likely as not. I'm sure there's something we have forgot. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry, babe. Love's a gift that's surely handmade. We got something to believe in. Don't you think it's time we're leaving? If I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught, I'll be down the road in a cloud of smoke to some land. I ain't bought if I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught. Down that road in a cloud of smoke to some land I ain't bought. So pack up all your dishes, make note of all good wishes, say goodbye to the landlord for me. Some bitches always bored me. Throw out them LA papers and that moldy box of vanilla wafers. Adios to all this concrete. Gonna get me some dirt road back straight. Guy Clark. Yeah, he and Suzanne were driving down the highway in Los Angeles one day, and he said to her, "Man, if I can just get off this LA freeway without getting killed or caught," and then the lights went on, boom, for both of them. She took a sandwich bag or something and wrote that down. And he wound up writing the song over here on Chapel Avenue.
Also, it has one of my favorite lines in it, but I'm not going to repeat it because you guys know what the line is about the landlord.
You know what it is. So we got one more thing to do for you here, this set, and
one more song, you guys, and then you're on. One more. Okay, so anyway, this is a song.
So I gotta tell a story. I got some stories to you. I have this habit, you know, if my hands are busy, and I gotta pick, I just stick it in my mouth, take it out, and play. And I was taking a lesson with Roland White one day, and I didn't have a pick with me. I was using one of his picks, and that happened somewhere in the middle of the lesson, you know, whatever, you know. And and at the end of the lesson, I said, "Oh, here's your pick." He said, "Oh, you can have that one." Roland would never say anything bad. He's just the nicest person in the world. So let's see. We're going to do a tune by one of my musical heroes, Mr. Steve Goodman. And I'm going to have to get my...
Okay, so this
Instrument
song
of
is
mass
called The
destruction.
Election Year Rag, and it was written by Steve Goodman. And if you guys know who Steve Goodman was, a great songwriter. He wrote, you know,
Great guy.
The City of New Orleans and, you know, all kinds of great songs, and died, unfortunately, at age about 35. 36. Anyway, he's from Chicago, so of course he knows all about elections, because he's from Chicago, and we know about elections in Chicago. And you know this is a serious song, because Michael just got the kazoo out. So you know we're going to get real serious when he gets the kazoo.
We're tuned up now. We are tuned up for good.
Oh, this song, by the way, was #3 on the August International Folk Chart.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right. Dry my fingers off. One, a two. Come on, babe, won't you take a chance? Your papa's gonna show you a brand new dance. Shuffle on down, now don't you be no drag, and do that election year rag. You take 2 steps to the left and 2 steps to the right, then you stand in the middle and you hang on tight. Come on down now, don't feel mad, do that election year rag. Jump on that old bandwagon, here's what we're gonna do. Go down to the precinct captain's house this morning and scarf up some lame duck stew. Don't you cry, don't shed no tears, you know it only comes around every 4 years. I'm your dark horse and you're my nag, do that election year rag. If you feel like you need a scorecard, well, you really don't have to fuss. You know that the winner is always somebody else, and the loser is always us. Shake it to the east, shake it to the west. Hand me down my bulletproof vest. It's nobody's choice and it's anybody's guess. Do that election, there ain't no selection. Do that election, you rag, alright. Alright. Steve Goodman, election year rag. Now, in just a few minutes, Steve Dawson and Fats Kaplan are going to come up and play the fire out of them things.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out with us this afternoon. Thanks to Michael and Nell for putting this event on in the hood, which is very cool. My name's Steve Dawson, and my wife Alice, who's over right there waving currently, and my daughter Casey. We moved in across the street about 6 months ago. So this is officially the shortest I've ever had to travel to play some music, and I'm quite happy about that. So thanks for hanging out with us. And I'm just gonna start off with a little instrumental piece here before we bring Fats up. And this is a kind of a tribute to one of my favorite musicians, a guy named Mississippi John Hurt. This is called The Medicine Show Comes to Avalon. Can you hear this okay back there? Okay, good. Good enough. Thank you very much. Oh, you're most welcome. I'd like to bring up to the stage my good pal, Fats Kaplan. And Fats is a Nashville stalwart who's been around these parts many, many moons. And we've had a lot of fun playing music together here and there over the years. And thought I'd bring him out to the neighborhood and do a little picking. It's been few and far between for us musicians playing live gigs, as you're well aware, I'm sure, over the last year and a half. And Fats and I have both been hunkered down in studios most of that time, so it's very unusual to be outdoors playing music, and we appreciate you guys coming out to share the event with us. That sounds like a fiddle. Okay, so we'll do Gone Long Gone. One of the pluses of the whole pandemic situation was doing a lot of remote recording, which was a new and interesting experience where I was recording in my little studio, either in our old house or across the street where we live now, and then sharing tracks with people kind of all over the world, really. And sometimes sharing tracks to Donaldson, Tennessee, where Fats lives, and playing music with people that I wouldn't normally get to via file swapping, which is slightly less interesting than in person. In any case, I did a bunch of recording over the last year, as did you, and this is one of those new tunes. It's called Gone Long Gone.
Hear the wheels roaring, tearing up the turnpike road. Can hear the wheels roaring, tearing up the turnpike road. They only whine like that when they pull the heavy load. Now they're gone, long gone. They're gone. Stuck right here at my window above the highway. At night you can't see 'em, you can hear 'em just the same. At night you can't see 'em, you can hear 'em just the same. Except for the burning taillights that wink out of the frame. Now they're gone, long gone. They're gone, long gone. And I'm stuck right here at my window above the highway. Wanna drive the turnpike, you've gotta pay the toll. If you wanna drive the turnpike, you've gotta pay the toll. Or you will have to veer off and take the long way home. Now they're gone, long gone. can see what's behind. You can look out the mirror, so you can see what's behind. But who couldn't look back when you could, all that yellow line? Now they're gone, long gone. They're gone, long gone. They're gone, long gone. They're gone, long gone. But I'm stuck right here at my window above the highway.
Thank you very kindly. That's Pat's Kaplan right there.
Oh yeah. Go here.
It's always an adventure playing acoustic instruments in the heat like this, because you never quite know what's going to happen. I was telling Fats I was playing in Winnipeg, which you don't think of as a hot place, but in the summer it gets pretty brutal there. Kind of like it, pretty much like it is here. And in the middle of a song, this guitar, which I've had for a long time, came unglued and the whole thing imploded in the middle of a song. But it's not going to happen today. But it actually, I've never seen that happen to anybody else except for me. This is called Bad Omen.
Since I was 17, I've been living on my own. I'm trying to buy what I had learned, all that I'm all alone. You see a bird in the house, it's out of back, rolling in. There's a bad omen stretching at the door, and I just let it in. I went to light the store one day as he came streaming in. Hot out of the ashes, nearly jumped out of my skin. High up on the rafters, eyeing me as I began to run. And there's a bad omen stretching at the door, and I just let it in. Lurched slow instead of me as he screamed across the room. I didn't bother now to hide up high as he crowed and preened and plumed. He ate the daylight in the room, his feathers all shone as black as sin. And there's a bad omen scratching at the door, and I just let it in. How about a Fats? I took all my jewelry, I walked backwards out of the room. One saw in all the corners, swept clockwise with a broom. I wish I could talk to someone, someone to release me from my skin. Well, there's a bad omen scratching at the door, and I just let it in. Well, the phone just keeps on ringing, and I can't pick up. But he is so much bigger now, and I feel I'm surely stuck. Hope someone comes to find me, someone to release me from my skin. Well, there's a bad omen scratching at the door, and I just let it in. Bad omen scratching at the door, and I just let it in. Thank you.
All right, well, this guitar was actually meant for Hawaiian music, and we're actually going to play some Hawaiian music for you now. But the kind of Hawaiian music that I always liked and collected and learned the most of is pre-World War II. And a funny thing happened in the United States in the 20s and 30s where the Hawaiian guys, the great Hawaiian players of that era, came over to the mainland, America, and got really into jazz and blues. And then the jazz and blues players of the day really dug the Hawaiian guys. And so there was a big Hawaiian craze that happened across the entire country, all through the 20s and 30s, and there was Hawaiian music schools in every city across America and even Canada, where we're from. And this is a piece from that era, and this is like a Hawaiian version of an Irving Berlin song from that era, and this is called "Singin' the Blues." That's a little Irving Berlin for you. We're gonna do a song that Fats, you wrote this song, right? Is this yours? This is a Fats a Ridge? Fats a Ridge, excellent. The Cafe Napoleon Strut.
Yeah. Ready?
I think so.
Here, we'll see how we can do this.
We'll see it.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's a tune by the Mighty Fats Kaplan, the Cafe Napoleon Strut.
Let's do King Benny. It's in E.
Yeah.
All right. This is a song about the very late, very great King Benny Nawahi.
12 inches off the floor. I forgot to turn the light on for you. It's right there behind the door. Well, you can call me Benny, only my manager calls me King. Just tell me when you're ready where I should plug into this thing. Well, I thought the whole thing over. You can just call me King. Well, I was born over on Punch Bowl Street, just one of a dozen kids. How they kept our skin so together, I don't know, but they surely did. They loved us so much, but when you're one of 12, you can get lost. So I picked this guitar up, played for tourists at the docks. You know, I thought the whole thing over. You can just call me King. How did I get to California? Well, you know, it was a boat back in those days. I was hanging over the gunwale, right onto the Orpheum stage. Folks went crazy for seeing their songs played out through the streets. I refused to wear the outfits, but I played whole songs on my feet. You know, there may be something truth in it, but you can just call me King. You don't have to be ashamed to ask me. You know, it happened late one night, driving home from a gig in the rain. Not a great time to lose your sight. Doctors never found a reason, I suppose it don't matter why. I would think it's around, doesn't let a man to cry. You know, there may be some truth in it, but you just call me King. Here I broke a record, well I swam it on my own. From San Pedro to Santa Clara, following the mail tide to a boat. For 22 long hours I could have done it with my eyes closed. Truth is the Pacific, she is hungry, and I was bound to make it home. You know, there may be some truth here, just call me King. I had to quit playing years ago, and you know, well, I don't drive a car. My right side has left me, and you know, well, I don't even hold the bar. And I don't feel unhappy, I'm so happy for everything. And it's been nice to talk to you, son. I think you can still call me King. There's maybe some truth here, you can just call me King. And as long as you're still listening, you can just call me King. Thank you very much. Oh, let's do, let him go on. The Hartford song.
Okay.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Well, he likes black coffee, fried eggs, and a well-done T-bone steak. He likes a red dress and a pearly white teeth and the flash of a pretty brown leg. He said, back in the 30s, you know, we never had it made. Well, he's an engineer over on the Ohio River, running in the Pittsburgh trade. With the inspection office in Louisville, he had a desk for a very short time. Played in a band on 2 different boats, working for the Streckfus line. Long ago, he smoked reefer and even made home brew. Well, the reefer come in from New Orleans back before World War II, and he's just a fella worked on the river all his life by a paddle wheel. You say he's old-fashioned, but that ain't no big deal. Now it's too thick to navigate and it's too thin to plow. Let him go, oh mama, don't put him down for it now. Well, he sits and he smokes an old eyeball cigar. Says he doesn't miss it at all. Still goes out and makes a few trips in the summer, then in the fall. The railroad trains, the bus and the planes, they're picking up all the slack. And he's been watching the river Thames slowly turn their back. And he's just a fella worked on the river all his life by a paddle wheel. You say he's old-fashioned, but that ain't no big deal. Now it's too thick to navigate, it's too thin to plow. Well, let him go on, mama, don't put him down for it now. Well, he comes from a real old-time way of life. He had to fight just to learn how. He might have even voted for Nixon once, but I'm sure he sees that now. Friday nights he makes the best damn gumbo you ever want to eat. Saturday morning, before everyone's up, he's gone off down to the fleet. He's just a fella worked on the river all his life by a paddle wheel. You say he's old-fashioned, but that ain't no big deal. Now it's too thick to navigate and it's too thin to plow. Well, let him go on, mama, don't put him down for it now. Well, you're as pretty as he is ugly, and he's the happiest man alive. You've got him into believing that old men are back in style. You know, see those oysters Bienville and the baked potato skin. Well, I eat 'em so I can grow up to be an old man just like him. And he's just a fella worked on the river all his life by a paddle wheel. You say he's old-fashioned, but that ain't no big deal. Now it's too thick to navigate and it's too thin to plow. Let him go on, mama, don't put him down for it now. Tag it. Thank you. Oh, let's do that B flat, chill B flat. Got a chart for it.
What's it called?
I think it's called chill B flat.
Oh, chill. Oh, yeah. Chill.
That's right.
Chill B flat. Okay.
All right, we're gonna lay a little instrumental tune on you. This is, again, sort of from the Hawaiian vein, a little different though, and this is untitled so far. It has a really bad working title that I don't even want to say out loud.
Okay. So it's in. You started that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. for time there, guys. Well, we'll do one more song, I think, and then there's an entirely possible chance that Michael and Nell are playing more. I'm not totally sure about that. But thank you so much for coming and joining us. This is Fats Kaplan here playing all these lovely instruments for you this fine afternoon. My name's Steve Dawson, and very nice to see you all. Thanks for coming out. Thanks so much to Michael and Nell for putting this on in their lovely backyard. It's quite an oasis back here, and hope to see you again. Cross my fingers behind my back and shout Hail Marys at the baseball game. I'm gonna cross my fingers behind my back and watch the sunlight turn to rain and leave my name behind as I disappear. I'm gonna stop the wind wherever it blows, leave my heart out on the window pane. I'm gonna stop the wind wherever it blows and stow away on the midnight train and leave my name behind as I disappear. I'm gonna sing all night till I know that you're gone. Take a drink till I feel no pain. I'm gonna sing all night till I know you're gone. And in my heart you'll do the same and leave my name behind as I disappear. I won't fall for you ever again. At least that's what I will tell myself. I won't fall for you ever again. I'll keep you up on the highest shelf and leave my name behind as I disappear. Kick my boots through the door of the fallen jack. With a fickle barmaid, she shouts my name. I'll kick my boots through the door of the fallen jack. They'll see my face, but it'll be in vain. I leave my name behind as Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for listening. That's Fats Kaplan. My name's Steve Dawson. Thanks to Michael and Nell. There they are right there. Thank you, guys. We really appreciate you. And hope to see you again. Have a great summer. And yeah, are you? Thank you.
And we're so happy to have Steve as our new neighbor across the street here. That's great.
Yep.
Yep. So this is a song about something that happened up in the great state of Indiana
Yep.
to some workers up there.
Yep, up at the carrier plant, Steelworkers Union. We had a chance to play for the Steelworkers Union after this happened at one of their meetings. Are you ready? You're not going to just use the mic? Yeah. Okay. As I walk through
So this is called Boss,
Boss.
called
Oh,
a meeting. And we know what that means, don't we? Here it goes.
1, 2, 3, 4. Boss called a meeting, so we had to go. Said they're moving the plant to Mexico. We all heard the rumors, now we know they're moving the plant to Mexico. All I've ever known is the blue-collar life. This union job fed my kids and my wife. I gave them my muscle, gave them my brain. Now I'm knocked to the ground by this runaway train. Losing my job, never felt so low. They're moving the plant to Mexico. How am I gonna pay all the money I owe? They're moving the plant to Mexico. I'm not against the Mexicans, they gotta eat. They're just like us, they're taking the heat. We're all getting burned, that's the way it feels. While billionaires in easy chairs make these deals. Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio, they're moving the plants to Mexico. What'll I do? Where will I go? They're moving all the plants to Mexico. It's come to this. It's not just the money, but the friends I'll miss. I'll see some of the guys from time to time at the bar or the unemployment line. Boss called a meeting, so we had to go. Said they're moving the plant to Mexico. Politicians' promises are all for show. They're moving the plant to Mexico. Politicians' promises are all for show. They're moving the plant to Mexico.
All right.
Yes, and a lot of us has been in a lot of those kinds of meetings. I know I have. And it's a heartbreaker.
And we won't mention who that politician was who went up there and promised them that they would keep their jobs.
We won't go there.
No.
The former guy.
Which one next, Louis?
Studio and Cubes.
Okay. There's a little song written by a friend of ours, Tom Resnowski, who's a guy who writes songs on the par of on par with guys like Guy Clark and David Oldie and Townes Van Zandt, those people. Not as well known, but he's right up there. So he wrote this song about a church picnic and a little unexpected occurrence at this church picnic.
And go ahead.
And the guy who's telling this story is actually singing from the grave.
He's singing from the grave, just to
No.
get, just to give a little context. A little context to the song. It's
Kinda
called
like-
Stewed Cucumbers.
Kind of like a long black veil, that idea.
Anyway, we did get the privilege of singing this song on the stage of the Ryman Auditorium.
Oh yeah, we did. That's right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. A Labor Day picnic with good things to eat. A girl at our church I was anxious to meet. That dish that she fixed, she just sat there all day. A big heaping spoonful, I'd meet with her approval. First I'd ask who made this, let me find out her name. Took sick from the sun on the sour cream. She mixed with the onions and chives. I could not recover and I would not survive them stewed cucumbers that ended my life. The doctor was called from the three-legged race. Shook his head and he said, never seen such a case. They asked me what dish did I think made me ill. The crowd gathered round me, her face looked down on me. I died with that secret, no need to reveal it. Took sick from the sun on the sour cream. She mixed with the onions and chives. I could not recover and I would not survive them stewed cucumbers that ended my life. Not landslide or shipwreck, not dog bite or mule kick. The cause was unexpected, the food at a picnic. They promised by now I'd be back on my feet. But instead at St. Peter I'm fixing to meet. I just can't believe how this whole thing turned out. The church in attendance, just like I had planned it. For the tears mama shedding, they ain't at my wedding. Took sick from the sun on the sour cream. She mixed with the onions and chives. I could not recover and I would not survive for them stewed cucumbers that ended my life. I could not recover, I would not survive for them stewed cucumbers.
Them stewed cucumbers.
Them stewed cucumbers that ended my life.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
No, watch them stewed cucumbers. Well, what do we have? I can't even
Want to do
remember.
want to do Pilgrim?
Pilgrim? Nah. Well, okay.
Okay, so
Okay, and here's a song that,
hey, you guys, thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
yeah, we appreciate you being here. We sure do, every one of you. And I don't know, maybe we'll end with this, maybe not.
We probably will. This song was written by Steve Earle, and we want to dedicate it to everybody who's lost somebody this year.
Yeah, a lot of us have lost loved ones, friends, family, past year and a half. So this song, including Nell and myself, and this song is for us.
It's called Pilgrim.
I am just a pilgrim on this road, boys. I am just a pilgrim on this road. I am just a pilgrim on this road, boys. This ain't never been my home. Sometimes the road was rocky along the way, boys. Sometimes the road was rocky along the way. Sometimes the road was rocky along the way, boys. But I was never traveling alone. We'll meet again on some bright highway. Songs to sing and tales to tell. But I am just a pilgrim on this road, boys. I am just a pilgrim on this road. I am just a pilgrim on this road, boys. Till I see you fairly well. There ain't no need to cry for me, boys. Ain't no need to cry for me. Ain't no need to cry for me, boys. Somewhere down the road you'll understand. 'Cause I expect to touch his hand, boys. I expect to touch his hand. I expect to touch his hand, boys. I'll put a word in for you if I can. We'll meet again on some bright highway. Songs to sing and tales to tell. I am just a pilgrim on this road, boys. I am just a pilgrim on this road. I am just a pilgrim on this road, boys. Till I see you fairly well.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all for coming out and hanging out and being with us and being such a great group of people.
Yeah, this was an experiment, and maybe,
Yes.
maybe we'll do it again.
I think the experiment succeeded.
I think so, yeah.
It's great to see you guys.
Thanks, great to see you.
That's our good friend Herman, who we haven't seen for ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
it's
re- I
really
read
nice.
back to you.
Yeah, it's so nice to see so many of our old friends here today.
They
so-
drove down from Hendersonville.
Yeah, that's dedication.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
All right. Good night and good luck.
Guys. Yeah. Oh, still here.